Has the Lich been growing anything?
Nope, but the
Yeah, he has
fields
a really
he
healthy
doesn't need
diet,
to.
doesn't he?
Like the fields for growing, there's nothing growing, but everything is prepared nicely and waiting to use. And there are maybe even some tools for you to use if somebody wants to be a farmer or something like that. Yeah, for now, as far as you know, and you looked at the only room that Lich was using from those you know, it was probably the sanctuary. That was acting as his safe room. And maybe he was also using the library. But, you know, their books are in perfect order, so it's impossible to tell which books he was
Sure, because
searching
of
for.
the whole point of, yeah.
I bet we can't ask, hey, which books did the Lich use?
Well, the point is, unless the Lich wrote that down and then...
If you ask that, it's a response something like that.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright,
And the water
and
appear.
Gengar's going to go check the barracks and armory and see if it's also cleaned out.
Yeah, Otiros goes with him.
Yeah, there are no additional weapons, armor. There are armor stands, there are weapon stands. You know, basically this looks like, you know, your typical barrack of the military without equipment but ready for use.
So it has bunk beds.
Some of them, like few of them, one or two maybe. Not too much.
The barracks part, how many beds does it have?
6 bunk beds.
I'm not sleeping on a bunk bed, you suckers.
No, but that's what the living quarters are for us four.
Yeah.
Is there a roof?
Yeah, and where
Can
do
we
we
go?
put the horse?
Yes, he's been following me around all day.
There's no stable. I noticed
Just
that.
shitting on the floor and
I mean,
stuff. We better find some
and
place.
if anybody was using this place, he obviously didn't have a need for horses, so they don't have stables.
The horse can
As
stay
a-
in the greenhouse.
Yeah, that was my plan too. That sounds like a grand plan.
I'll go check the living quarters then.
I want to check the roof.
Wait, I'm gonna change one thing because obviously soldiers have quarters, but in different part of the ship. So no, like I say barracks armory, but basically from the looks of it, it's like a, you know, a place where soldiers can wait, like keep. They might have keeping order in the central part of the tower and respond if somebody tried to invade the tower from the entry point. So yeah, there are weapon stats, but no beds. Soldiers were sleeping somewhere else. That's what you think.
Do you know what
So
I
it's
thought
like a
of some-
guardhouse,
I
pretty
thought of
much.
Something like that. Yeah,
I
maybe.
thought of something excellent we should buy. A printing press so that we can rain flyers on towns in propaganda.
Speaking of which,
God damn, that's a very nice idea.
So you said that one of the first stores that we get to one of the other parts of the ship has like a hand scanner on it?
That was cartography, wasn't it?
Not really. Like
Oh.
for example, like if you see navigation and below that you don't see anything, but you know there are lower levels. So yeah, there are like doors leading to another parts of the ship that are sealed, and yes, next to those there's like something like a hand scanner, you know, not modern version, but you know, place when you can put your hand and wait for something to happen.
I put my hand on it.
Okay. After a second, you feel like there's no words, but in your mind you feel like a question mark showing up.
Open. I say that.
Okay, you hear a response. Why? Question mark.
Exploration.
And the more you talk with this thing, at first the first word was one voice, And the next answer, there is more than one voice. Exploration. The one word repeat answer to that is containment.
All right.
And the next one is assurance.
Containment. What do you mean?
After they say containment, I take my hand off of it and walk away.
Okay.
Because it's either they're trying to keep us. It's either trying to keep us from going in there, or it's trying to keep something else from coming in this way.
Or just holding a lich's, pottery.
Well, there's a number of things that it could be referring to. There's that. There is. This thing has a power source, which presumably has some shielding. We know that the library has its own shielding, thus that can be containment. There are quite a few. It's not very specific what, and we also don't know whether it's containing in or containing out.
But at this point, blindly trying to get through it.
Oh no,
is probably not the best
absolutely.
plan.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that we've got to ask a bunch of questions that we.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, well, you can still try to talk with it.
Oh, we will find a way to do that, but I'm not sure at the moment. We will hook up.
I think there is technically a spell that's protection from radiation.
No, I did not put nuclear reactor in there.
Oh, that's a new one because, of course, the technological guide thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it'll probably scorch you into a crisp by fire or something. That'll be easy. Steam power.
It is technically possible to make a hydrogen bomb with magic.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. What are we gonna do? Drop
Force
down
and
a
create
city?
water. Huh?
drop it on that fucking sorcerer's head.
That'll get him for being smugger than Lysander.
Anyways, you'd probably need a large knowledge engineering to actually figure out how it works.
The hydrogen bomb? Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Seeing as we're starting from first principles, we don't even know anything about atomic structure or anything, so it'd be pure guesswork. So it'd be quite impressive if you could put it off.
It'd be easier to just make like the
It'd be
astral
easier to just
antimatter bombs.
It'd be easier just to gate in some shit or open a plane
You
ship.
need like
with
4 natural
negative
20s or
energy.
something.
Open the gate to the plane of nuclear fire.
Oh god.
Because I think that actually does exist.
That's a bit too specific.
So the ship said containment, assurance, and what?
First it just was just like a question mark, so like wondering pretty much why I wanted through. I said I wanted exploration, I wanted to explore, and it said containment, and then I just walked away.
Sure.
And I think the assurance was it responding to me saying all right.
Sure.
I mean, you'll probably guess that like something like "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
Something
I was
like
like, nope. I'm just gonna walk away right now.
Okay.
I have ideas for that too. Something that might work.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anyways.
Is there anything else that you're gonna do in the downtime?
Adam, shall we start scrubbing our scrolls?
Well,
Sorry,
yeah.
I forgot about one very important thing about scrolls. Yeah, good that you remind me. The other loot that you found in the Lich Lair, the potions and the scrolls. So we're gonna go with the scrolls first, because as I read and remember the rules, you need to make a checks for the scrolls to know what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I mean, either check or read magic spell, I think.
I'll cast Read Magic.
Yeah, can't we just
I mean, remind me, do you have like red magic? Is it a cantrip for you?
Yeah, sure.
That you can cast how many times
It
you
can
want?
cast infinitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, first scroll is maybe I will just write them down.
Does
It will be-
Genkiro have it as well? He might well do.
Hang on, let me check.
It's not so vital for bards, but people often take it because it's
I
just.
got detect magic.
No. You need explicitly
But
read
you
magic.
can do with spellcraft. But as it happens, I think
Yeah, this is the another way that you can do
the
spellcraft.
two of us would detect magic. With
DC
read
is
magic on it.
20 plus spell level.
Specifically, wizards can always prepare read magic, even if they don't have any spellbooks.
Gengar holds the scroll up and down. This is how you read it, right?
I mean, the two guys already have like read magic, so I'm just gonna give the information for them. So I'm just gonna write it down because it will be easier. Energy siege shot. And of course I'm writing down the spell level and caster level, because that might be important. Because I don't remember exactly the rules that you need exact same. There are some, prerequisites that you need to that before you can cast a spell from the scroll. Okay, so that's 2, 3. God damn it. Issues bite. Caster level 7. And frightful aspect. If I forgot about writing spell level or caster level, then same. Okay, that's the scrolls. If you want to know how, their value, you need to make
How interesting.
this. Wait, what was the appraise? Appraise check.
I actually think I have ranks in that.
I have ranks in appraise.
Dun, 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 dun.
For the scrolls.
28 for appraise.
Okay, I'm just gonna
So-
ask you to do only one, not one for all of them. Like one for all of them. So you did yours. Okay, so rapid repair scroll is worth 1,100 gold. Energy siege shot is worth the same. Heroin's greater the same. Malicious spite is worth 850 gold. And frightful aspect is worth 3k gold. 3,000 gold. Okay, so that's the scrolls. And potions, I'm guessing it will be them easier. So, minor potions, you have, maybe I'll just write it down again. It will take some time, but okay. So cure 1, moderate wounds 2, reduce person, fox cunning, resist, energy sonic 10. Okay, so that's the minor, medium, darkness, skin edge, protection from energy fire. And major, yeah, let me tell you that the rolls for majors, major potions were really damn good. Well, that's all the potions that you find.
Ooh, nice.
Greater magic potion +2.
Greater magic weapon, for fuck's sake.
Not sure what that does.
Yeah, that's greater magic weapon, of course.
Oh. Okay.
Just
I'll write
remember,
down the scrolls.
I'm not writing the loot down. Like if somebody forgets to write it down, I won't remember it next time because I have too many things, other things to like keep track of. And just as you are writing it down, I'm just checking other stuff. God damn it.
Let's see.
Okay. So basically, that's it from the loot for now. Unless you reach to the bank vault. Yeah, basically,
Let's
unless
see.
I clear the chat, you can like it can be accessed at any time. Like not outside the session, but no, maybe outside of the session that you don't need to log into the campaign. Anyways, we have that from the out of the way. Is there anything else that you do in the downtime while traveling?
Hang on. And probably going to check on some things. Just gonna write down everything. Right. Gengar's going to check the baker's office.
I'm most likely, along with Adam, if I recall, we're going to just start scrapping some scrolls to sell for when we get to the city.
Okay. Well, you don't have Mage Workshop or Mage Forgery, but I'm guessing you can do
We
it.
do have a bit of
in
paper. Which
yeah.
is
Anyways, anywhere where you want. Okay, so you are doing like scrolls. I'm guessing, but I don't remember correctly. But I think like you need some materials aside from paper, like because some spells are powerful, so it will be so.
Just the normal like spell components, though.
Yeah, so spell components. I'm guessing that you have them then.
Let's see. I'm pretty sure I don't need it for mine, like other than just the normal spell components. So let me just shadow.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
I
don't
type in the spell
know.
wrong.
Otiros, don't remember.
Yeah, there are no special material components for Shadow Evocation.
Okay. Okay, in the bakery, of course, you don't have anything prepared. By the way, just if you are not talking and eating, mute your microphone. Just a friendly reminder.
I had it muted and I unmuted it when I was about to go eating. Damn it.
Ah, well, it happens. Anyways, Genkir, of course, there's nothing prepared, like there are no ready, bakery stuff done in the bakery, but there are like, the working station, the necessary tools, and yeah, the place is all nice and ready if somebody wants to bake some stuff.
Give me some flour and water, and I can make some pretty damn good bread.
As I said, basically in the rooms, the deal is that they don't have materials, but they have tools and they have working stations. If you can give them materials, you can work with that, no problem.
Right.
Okay, anything else?
Nah, just going to check the blacksmiths and maybe the butcher shop.
Same deal, you'll immediately learn what the places are for. You can make some stuff. Their tools are here, workstations are here, but you need materials.
Is the brewer alcohol or alchemical?
It can be both.
Okay.
It's like you get the idea that probably the last owner, not the lich, but probably even previous one,
It's a meth lab.
He was mostly using it for the alcohol.
Probably a lich
But
too.
yeah, there is a small corner where you can like brew some potions if you want to. As I said, self-sustaining city.
Yeah.
Anything else that you want to know?
What god is the sanctuary made for?
maybe I use a bad name. Don't think of the sanctuary as a temple or like sure, Lich used one of the rooms in the sanctuary as a altar, sacrificial altar or place for experiments, but basically the sanctuary is some kind of safe room that basically there are like secret doors, and if something bad happens and you are like people might feel that they are overwhelmed, they can try hide in the sanctuary in the secret rooms and wait it out. So there are so sanctuary is a kind of like safe room, safe house, safe room, something like that.
Mm.
And yeah, I don't specify how many temples and shrines are there because there are many gods and I just don't want to write how many are there because maybe somebody will pop out and say that he's revering this god, and I say okay, sure, then you have this temple.
What, Zach? You think we're going to smite some pies or something? Oh god. No! No!
Just imagine that. Just like a paladin has to go around and make sure everything's been cleansed of any unholy presence.
Yeah,
Since
like
a
the
lich
pie.
lived here.
The pies are completely evil. You must sanctify them.
Evil pie.
Well,
Oh god.
who said that he will feel evil? Anyways, is there anything else so that we can go with the downtime?
I'm gonna check the council room.
Yeah, basically it's a room with is there a war council that the people, there's a room, some tables, and basically people can gather here and discuss war strategies and so on.
Does it include any form of maps, any form of pointers, or a strategic outlining of the surrounding area?
Nope.
Oh, not much of a strategic room, is it?
As I said,
Oh.
it's a council room and you need to prepare materials if you want to
Alright,
maps,
right.
then sure, you can find some maps.
And I'm done.
Okay. Okay, if you are getting towards the end of the downtime, of course, as I had mentioned before, your intuition paid out, and yeah, going through the desolated plains was a little bit shaky, like a turbulence in the airplane, something like that, but yeah, the structure holds out pretty nicely. And towards the end of the downtime, when you are slowly arriving at near the city, yes, that's another question before you arrive. Where do you wanna park the flying
Let's have
fortress?
it float over the entire city.
Ominously
Get shut
threatening
down.
the merchants and stuff. Oh god, we're so evil.
No, I'm
Nah.
asking seriously. Because of course you remember that the kingdom is in state of war. You've heard that.
Let's maybe try to park half a day's ride away.
Sure, no problem.
We're totally going to find it stolen when we get back.
Did you
We'll have it
remember
flying in the
the
air.
door?
I forgot to lock the door. Yeah, they just walk in, steal our flying castle, and we never see it again. There goes our fast travel.
Anyways, okay, so that's another thing. And towards the end of the downtime, one last thing. If somebody wants, you can give me either wisdom or intelligence checks. Because as you are going around the rooms, you might notice something else.
Ah, intelligence.
Or wisdom, whatever is higher for you.
20.
24. I'm on a roll.
Okay, so Otiros have no idea, he doesn't see...
Odorous falls off the landing zone.
Oh god, no.
Okay, so... Lysander, Adam, are you rolling or not?
Hello, sorry, I just got back. As I was away from keyboard for a bit.
Yeah, sorry, I completely. Yeah, you wrote that on the chat. Yeah, I miss sometimes things.
Sorry, what are we?
The question is like if you want to roll intelligence or wisdom check to see if you notice something else while we are like
Okay,
going.
just a second. It's frozen for a moment.
Yeah,
That's
no
all.
problem.
Is it?
Like we are going
As
around
you
the
may
room.
notice, Otrius epically failed that
Yeah,
intelligence check.
I've just noticed Paul Oteros as well, the one, so he knows nothing.
Yeah. I know nothing.
You know nothing.
And then I get
Come on.
lost. You never see
You
me
are
again.
not prepared.
Hang on, wait a sec, sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
It's just loading up.
Jon Snow, knower of nothing, and the nearest Targaryen, doer of nothing.
Come on, you fucker. It's being a bit dodgy for me.
If you could
Alright.
tell me what your modifiers is, I could just roll for you.
I've tried to roll,
Oh,
but
you
I didn't-
rolled. You rolled. Okay, so Weston,
Never.
Lysander,
That's good.
and Genkiro, like
Never.
during these days, like you were looking around, like measuring things, like looking around the rooms, and it just occurred to you that, well, sure, the tower itself, like fortress, is a really nice and huge thing, but like as you were going around the rooms, like counting in your head, the measuring, like if something's not wrong, and you realize that the measurements of the rooms are off.
Oh, right, awesome.
Right.
Welcome to TARDIS, motherfucker.
It's too much space on the inside for the circumference.
You're sounding very far away, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, you sounded far away, Lysander. And yeah, with natural 20, Genkiro eventually realized
Sorry,
that.
so as in the space inside, there's more room space than
Just
the.
let me like
circumference
tell
of the-
another thing
yeah.
for Genkiro. Genkiro, with nat 20, you also realize that well, you checked once and then on another day, and sure, measurements aren't off, but they are off in different way.
Huh. We are trapped in an endless recurring moment of
The
time.
same room. But yeah, that's
Wait, what do
basically
you mean?
basically hint. Well, for you, it means that the measurements are off. It means that some of the rooms are just, if you compare it to the structure of the fortress, they are too big.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty much mean you walk into a room 5 meters and you meet the end of the room, and you go into another room walking 5 meters and you still got the rest of the room.
Not
So
really.
we need to. This. Okay.
Like the
if we notice that, then-
simpler question would be, who of you watches Doctor Who?
Yes, of course.
I have
Yes.
not.
I'm
it is.
English, man. So you know what.
Yeah, that
Of course.
was a rhetorical question. So you know what's the common catchphrase? It's bigger on the inside.
Yes, it is bigger on the inside. Except, luckily, in our case, it's enormous on the outside too, so we win.
We win in all directions.
Yeah,
It's not blue!
it's not.
You can paint it if you'd like.
Yeah. Hey, as a bonus spell at 18th level, I get interplanetary teleport, and so we'll have to use that in our special space fortress TARDIS.
Yeah,
We don't actually know if
With a new...
yeah, if I go like cleric and get time spells, then I can teleport.
Yeah, no,
to time
absolutely.
too.
You do need that. Yeah, get some high level gate shit for the cleric.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And yeah, about
Okay, so well,
interplanet-
do you know what this means, boys? This means that this fortress is even weirder than we thought. Now, I'm currently unable to detect what sort of planar shenanigans are going on here, or even how the dimensional stuff is distorted.
Yeah, there is a fun with dimensions. That's a hint that there's something more going on.
But it's there, so this is another one for more research, boys.
Yeah, but that's the thing that you realize after all these days and the downtime, and that you like slowly approaching the
End of your years.
just like what I've been planning. Let's cast legend lore.
shit. Wait a sec. Okay, so I think the stuff is that. Yeah, you might even. Yeah, the thing is because I never really like said what's the stuff with the, for example, Windows. And the thing is that technically speaking, there are no like physical windows on the outside. But if you focus high enough, there's a possibility that you can have like, illusionary window that it's not really a window, but you can have a peek on the outside world.
Okay.
It's not always active, but it's kind of an intuitive thing. The second thing that, as you were speaking, Lysander, about this interplanetary travel, because I never really decided how the sky looks like. So now I'm deciding that yes, this planet or plane, because nobody is sure if this looks like a planet, is it spherical or not. For the most of the times, hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
I'm
we
here.
can.
For the most of the times, you see at least two moons. That one is like closer, like few kilometers. It's slightly bigger. It's closer than our moon
Mhm.
to the Earth. The second one is slightly far away. Also, there are like different informations that there might be even more moons, but because of their like orbit, they don't show themselves too often. And of course, if the sky is clear, you can see also stars in the distance. So yeah, that's the most common knowledge stuff. Okay,
So,
after that time, you arrive at the kingdom of Tugan. You might even pass several villages. And you park your fortress half a day from Tarsus, the royal capital of Kingdom of Tugan.
Yeah. Are we
Now,
going like 10
just
miles
to
per
make sure-
hour? So half a mile is like 5 meters?
not
Mhm.
the not half a day for the castle, but half a day for like a horse
Okay,
or
that's
walking.
That's like like 1,000 miles or something.
Have you ever seen a horse?
I mean, if you want like half a day for the horse, there is a chance
Yeah,
that
yeah,
the
it's-
fortress will be visible on the horizon.
We're fine with that. Well, at least I am.
Okay, no problem. Then yeah, sure, you find a spot. You probably use some spells or something like that to get down.
Yep.
Oh, I just jump off and then use my ring of featherfall at the last minute.
Yeah, totally the way I do it.
Flying everyone down with my Eidolon.
Mm.
Okay.
I do it
Hang
in the,
on.
I do it in the
If
lazy
you,
idiot way.
Mm.
I'm just gonna.
We're going to have to find a more efficient method of getting up and down, by the way.
As I said, I need airwalk, then I can just run every fucking where.
That will be a very, very good idea.
I mean, yeah, that flying fortress has a lot of stuff, so it might
I
have
tell
way
you
of
what,
teleportation, but you need to find it.
When we get 6th level spells, I think you can get everyone to get overland flight, which pretty much lasts all day and will allow for that. Or airwalk will do.
Mm.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you arrive, you go down. What's your method of transportation? Because of course Otiros has its horse and...
Yeah, I suppose they'll have to walk while I ride beside them, bragging. Mm.
I have my Eidolon, which can actually go
I cast
60 feet.
I cast Mount, and Gankiro can ride with me.
Yep, I ride with Evan.
So I magic up a horse. Ta-da!
Uh-huh.
So we'll set off in like say the morning or something.
Sure. Okay, so it's not even yet like 8.
Guess Why does it have to be in feet? It's hard to calculate from feet to kilometers. Curse you,
What feet?
American.
Of course, the kilometer, like map has kilometers, so don't.
Yes,
wow.
I know. But the feet but it's feet in like per
Yeah,
round
original I
stuff.
had miles because some spells have like miles, but I decided that well, fuck it.
Yeah,
I
kilometers
don't
more
think we have
reasonable.
Americans in the group, so we go with
Yeah,
kilometers.
curse you Americans and your annoying
I mean, I
numbering
had like
system.
we had Americans like at the
Yes.
beginning, but okay, basically, okay. So you write to Tarsus. You are like the city itself. Like, I wonder how many. Like, do you want to like see if you know anything else about the city apart from
Yeah,
that it exists?
what do we know about it? Do we?
Yeah,
do
I am
or
thinking you
make
need to
a-
make some kind of knowledge check, and what kind of
Knowledge
knowledge
geography.
it's
Local
it's up to you.
geography, history.
Up to you.
Can I make a knowledge nobility?
No, that's a good idea.
That's
Yeah.
also a nice idea.
Yeah, I'll also do a knowledge nobility. I got really good at that, I'd say.
That's a really
I'll do
good-
geography and history since I have plus 11 to those.
I'm going to do
16
yeah,
on nobility.
very good.
Okay.
10 plus.
So I'm gonna roll for
nine.
now with nobility. That with 16 nobility against hero, you know that. Otiros, you rolled nobility.
Yes, I roll nobility. I'm gonna roll geography too, but that's a bit weaker.
Yeah, but try to write what kind of rolls you made because
Okay.
later I will gonna be confused which rolls
Yeah.
are which.
Actually, I think I got a better idea.
31 on knowledge history.
Okay, I'm gonna first go with nobility. And
That's a very good roll. We probably know. You probably know about the king.
yeah, basically Otiros, you know that. You know what? Like, I'm gonna combine this. Like, give me also the history check.
History, okay. God, I
Yeah.
misspelled geography. Okay. History 7. There we go.
Could we use my history roll for it?
Not really.
Which is 31.
Because you might know different things
True.
about this place.
D20 plus. Was it 5? History. Oh, 7. That was nice. 7. Blaster!
Listen, on the
Yeah,
on the
still,
side,
but still, you know from nobility, you know Otiros that in this
Julius, on
kingdom.
the plus side, you've got 2 ones out of the way, and they've both been on knowledge checks. You haven't got killed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good stuff. So you know from first I'm gonna go with nobility. That because Notiros rolled the highest, I'm gonna go with him, and probably he will share in the information with the rest of you. That you know that the kingdom of Tugan, sure, there is a king, but it's something more like the my country was in the old years, where king was more of a
Tsar.
More of a figurehead, I think you want.
the
a bit.
figurehead, the Schlachta magnates, the aristocrats had more power than him. And sure, like he's, as far as you know, he's well liked person in the city, and he has like control. He rules the city itself because after all it's a royal capital. But as far as you know, and you can suspect that he's not the person that leads and commands the war itself. It's rather the dukes, lords, barons, and so on that.
Okay.
So
on-
technically the country is divided into fiefdom with everyone controlling it being just united by the single king.
Something like that. And basically
Okay.
this war that's going on, it's that the king himself is not really occupied by it. So yeah, there's a lot of like aristocrats, and there's a whole web of connections and
Ooh.
so on. Because as you know, something maybe not Game of Thrones style, not yet, because you also know that
I was just thinking of Cart.
because
from
you
Game-
also know with that role that most of the people, even if they are greedy and want like fame, glory, and riches and additional land, because those are perfectly valid reasons for war, most of them are rather like pretty okay bunch for aristocrats. Sure, there were some examples where the people were like Ramsay Bolton, basically the sick bastards, but they were taken down pretty fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your nobility.
And history, you get everything wrong and lie to your comrades. But
Weston
that's
with
it.
history, with that really nice history, he knows that the war itself has been going on for like several years. And because of the desolated plains, like I don't know where he like was traveling, but like if you were spending time in Sidonia or Limia Republic, the information going from the kingdoms through the desolated plains is kind of hard. So yes, for some years, but the funny thing is that it's not like the whole of the kingdom is engaged in the war.
So technically, just a...
You with that
question.
role.
Who were they fighting again? I completely forgot.
They're fighting the guys next door.
Yeah, I thought so.
fighting-
I just want to be sure.
Yeah, so it's like stalemate war to gain like glory, fame, riches, additional land, like to show yourself on the war. And like probably the same deal is from the kingdom of Abumar. Like
Yeah.
true, the king there is like has more power, and he might be sending some troops on the front lines, but it's still most like dukes, lords, like that are engaged in the warfare, because basically the resources and the area, like
Okay,
here, the
so-
mountains have some really nice, might have
Is
really nice resources.
is there good mines or other resources there?
Good mines, probably. So they're fighting
yeah.
for that.
It would be reasonable if there's mines around here, like adamantium or something.
Yeah,
That'd be
no, well, that would
reasonable.
make sense why they're fighting.
I mean,
over
they
it,
think
but-
there might be minerals, so they fight to
And
control this area to
There's
create them.
probably good farmland.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Between the rivers is probably very fertile, and the mountains is probably good minerals. So yeah, you can see why they'd be.
Yeah, if you
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you had pretty solid rolls. That also you know that the like neighbor of Kingdom of Tugan, the Sek theocracy, is completely like this area is like desert. The desert starts like almost near
A
the.
desert theocracy. Oh, that doesn't sound like much fun, does it?
Yeah,
Sounds like
they
awful.
don't have too much fun. And basically, these regions of the kingdom are kinda like warm, like not warm
Okay,
because
I suggest
the winter
we could
areas
find-
begin here.
I'm interested in places like Northwatch and Riverhold, but frankly, we may as well ask some of the locals because they'll know loads more, won't they? When
Basically,
we get into Tarsus, when we
I-
know people who've been there.
if I didn't. Also, yeah, with that good roll on history, you also heard or learned that the Inquisition is like has some role in this conflict.
You playing Dragon Age 3 a lot? Have you?
It's become a holy war. Great.
Nah, my PC is shitty to like play this game.
Darn it. I'm gonna get a better
It's
one.
not really a holy war.
Mm.
As far as you know of the Inquisition, they are more of the organization that hunts rogue mages
Oh,
and people that seem dangerous for the peace of the world. So they are more of a like officially they are third party, like they are only UN observers sent to the area that look because they think that somebody might be using this conflict as a smokescreen for their nefarious
Really?
dealings.
We'll
My
have to
only
put
question
that-
is-
that's very interesting.
we just killed a lich.
And
I wonder
incidentally,
where they were at.
where we see that says freezing desert right at the top of Sec Theocracy, that's
Yeah,
where-
basically the north east, like if you go to the sectocracy, try to go north, no, not north, is northwest. Basically there's a desert and the temperatures in the north are really fucking low. So
Yeah.
you basically it's a freezing desert.
Yeah, but bear in mind, I think we meant to go there at some point. But let's
And not exactly
check
to
that.
freezing desert, to the north itself.
But let's check out two-gun Tarsus for a while then, shall we?
Yeah.
I just gotta go on the toilet real quick, so...
Yeah, before we
Yep.
this, I think is a good place to break, so we can take a 5-minute break and then
Right.
continue with our session. Okay,
See you
so
soon.
break time.